For more on this, we're joined by surrogates from, well, two of the top three GOP candidates, South Carolina State Senator and DeSantis surrogate Josh Kimbrell, and Florida Congressman and Trump surrogate Mike Waltz. Haley surrogate was unable to be with us due to technical difficulties connecting, and we are sorry about that. Congressman, what are your expectations for the former president in New Hampshire on Tuesday?
Well, I expect a continuation of the momentum and the crushing victory that he showed in Iowa, and I had the honor to be out there to caucus for him. Look, I mean, we're seeing the party speak loud and clear, and we're seeing the country speak loud and clear. They know President Trump is the only one in the race to serve as commander-in-chief. He's the only president in modern history, and I say this as a veteran, that left the Middle East better and more peaceful than where he found it. And that's on top of the Abraham Accords. That's on top of once-in-a-generation tax reform, veterans reform, the border. We can go down the list of accomplishments that the nation is clamoring to get back to. But the other thing that I saw, and you're going to see this in New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina as well, is enthusiasm is through the roof. People drove through negative 36-degree temperatures out to vote for Donald J. Trump. And look, at the end of the day, it is turnout that is going to win this, not just in this primary that I think is soon to be over. When we pivot to highlight Joe Biden's failure, the turnout for the president and get back to his policies, get back to his winning, and get back to his leadership right now with the world on fire, I think it's going to be through the roof, and that's what wins elections.
Josh, we've seen the governor split some time between South Carolina and New Hampshire. What are your expectations going into Tuesday and then looking ahead to South Carolina as well?
Well, look, at least former President Trump and Governor DeSantis are courting Republican voters. In New Hampshire, we've got a lot of rumors, and I think they're pretty well substantiated now, that the Haley campaign openly egging Democrats into voting in the New Hampshire primary. Look, the former president in a small New Hampshire primary is going to be the dominant name and force. And it's a moderate electorate anyways. And you've got Nikki Haley now pushing for the Democrats to put her into second place. We're focused very much on South Carolina and Erie County yesterday, Myrtle Beach. We had nearly 1,000 people pile into a warehouse in 30-degree temperatures to support the governor of Florida. We're looking forward to the South Carolina contest. It's a natural constituency here. This is a guy who served as a veteran, be the only commander-in-chief since 1988 who will actually have worn the uniform of the United States in a war zone. He's fought the left on every issue in Florida, whether it's on social issues, fiscal issues. And I believe, look, he and the former president both believe in putting America first. They both believe that. I just believe that Ron DeSantis is the only candidate who could actually serve 2 terms who does put America first. Nikki Haley could serve 2 terms, but she's not going to put America first. She's going to play footsie with the World Economic Forum in Davos.
To be fair to Haley, whose surrogate is not here, there's a huge number of independent voters in New Hampshire. They're not necessarily Democrats, but Congressman, moving on, if New Hampshire is closer than the polls suggest, what is the impact?
Well, I think it's a hypothetical, Mike, and it's not going to be. The polling has the president up by double digits, and in fact, he just increased his lead in the latest poll I just saw this morning by another 3 points. And in South Carolina, he's at 64%, with everybody else a distant second or third place. Look, here's the thing, and I see this in Washington on the front lines with the progressive left every day. We need someone that can hit the ground running, and we need someone that is a true disruptor, that is going to take on the left, take on the mainstream media, and most of all, take on the deep state, these unelected bureaucrats that believe they're in charge and that are ruining this country. We saw that. We've seen that across the education sphere. We've seen it in Hollywood. We've seen it in the sports industry. But most deeply, we've seen it in these agencies in Washington, D.C. So, look, I think the writing is on the wall. Who is going to be the nominee? And we need that. I have nothing but respect for Governor DeSantis and Governor Haley, but it is time to unite around Donald Trump. It is time to shift to pointing out the failure of the Biden administration. And that, at the end of the day, has got to be our number one objective. And every dollar we're spending in this primary, we're not spending in defeating Joe Biden.
Let me give Josh a chance to respond.
Well, look, I agree with the congressman. We need a disruptor in the race, and someone's going to take on the deep state and drain the swamp. There's nobody in the race other than Governor DeSantis who's actually fired any of these George Soros-backed prosecutors and cleaned out these agencies. And with respect to the former president, he had a chance to do more of that in Washington, and we need whoever the next president is to actually go in there and clean out these agencies. There's no question that the deep state permanent bureaucracy is a threat to the future of the country. I just believe that the greatest disruptor in the country right now is the governor of Florida, who turned a purple state, made it a deep red state, and managed to deliver that crushing 2022 Republican wave that we hope was going to happen nationally, but happened in a swing state. So I agree that we need a disruptor. I just believe Ron DeSantis is that disruptor who's fought the left and won on every issue he's taken them on, fiscal, social, or national security.
Josh Kimbrell, Congressman Mike Waltz, thanks so much. We're sorry that our surrogate for the Haley campaign was unable to join us, but hopefully we'll.
Mike, second place only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. It is time to unite and win and defeat Joe Biden. Thanks so much.
Gentlemen, thanks very much.